Insane in the Rain Music recently posted his year 5 collection, and I said, this gives me an idea for a data analytics video. And the important thing here is in Insane in the Rain's Spotify stuff, he lists all the people that he collaborates with. And so what I wanted to do was just bring these into Excel here. And now we can see who is Insane in the Rain Music's most popular artists based off of the people that he collaborates with. This is going to be so great. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to take this and we're going to use Alt ESV to paste as values instead of this text. Now, obviously if you wanted, you could have these as being links and then it'll take you to Spotify, but we don't care about that. You can search for him if you want to. The issue here is that we have the titles here, and then we have, I guess we have, from what game they're from. And then we have, the artists, but they come afterwards. So what we're going to want to use is we're going to use some quick Excel stuff to split those apart. Let me just see if I have anyone else who's joined the chat. Rose been baited. Amazing. Let me just type what's going on. We're going to find out Insane in the Rain's favorite artists from year 5. Okay. And so what I'm going to do here is let's just do this. What we can do here is I know that he does a very consistent formatting, and I guess this may also be part of what Spotify does. So this symbol afterwards is how you can get the name. I don't want to say how many characters this is because quite frankly, I don't care. But what I want it to do is anything that comes after this M dash should be the artist. Let me just go ahead here and say Spotify link. And then this is the values. And then here we'll go with artists. And then what I want to do is I want to do write, find your text. And it's going to ask me the number of characters that I want to go. Unfortunately, I don't know the number of characters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a formula that tells me this. I know that with Lin, I can get the full length of this text. But then I need to say where this little dash thing is. So I'm going to say minus Lin find. Yeah, find. And then we're going to find that little dash thing. I copied and pasted it so I wouldn't have to know which one it is. Within B2 and then start 1 is fine. Now, if you use this character multiple times, like to in the title or something, that could get pretty tricky, but I don't think he did that. It's going to say, we found a typo, whatever. Let's go with that. And it looks like it worked perfectly. Yay. My policy is you write a formula once and you keep it all the way down. Now, what I don't like about this is that it has, let me just go ahead and reduce that and expand this since we can do it all here. It has an extra space. So what I want it to do is I want it to say -1 for the entire thing. Good. And then good. Okay, so that's good. Now, what I want also to do is I also want to say what were his, favorite games to play from year 5. So what I want to do is I want to, instead of just looking and seeing that it's a lot of Pokemon, like that would be the slow way to do it. Let's do this game title. And what we can do is, let's say, let's find the open parentheses within B2. And then let's do that. So that's gonna tell us where the open parentheses is. And I did that a little wrong because I didn't use a parentheses. I used a bracket. So let me do that. So it's gonna say that's character 11. So we want it to start from character 11 and get to the closed parentheses. So we want to also say, let me split this up. You can do nested formulas like I did here where it's all one formula, or you can split it up based off of what you need to accomplish. So I'm going to say open parentheses location. And you probably can't really read that very well. So let me just, zoom in so you can read this a little bit better. And I'll also do, let's do it where this wraps so that I can shrink that. And then If you click in between any of these cells, it will automatically resize as long as word wrap is set on. So open parentheses, and we want to do close parentheses, location, and we can do the same thing, a find, and we want to do close parentheses within B2, and then 1 is fine. Okay, so anything between 11 and 28 should be it. And we can drag these down. And what we can do here is we can now do a mid formula. What the mid formula does is it'll start with the text. You give it a start number, which, we've already found it. And then you give it the number of characters. Dang it. Number of characters isn't the same as this, but we can derive the number of characters by doing math. E2 minus D2 will give us the number of characters. So here it's a little off because it counts that parentheses as the start, but we want it to actually start with the character after the parentheses. And we don't want it to give us the closing parentheses. So what I'm going to do is text is going to be start number D2 plus 1. Number of characters is going to be E2 minus D2 minus 1. Oh, I did that wrong. Okay, hold on. E2, I did plus 2. That's why. Okay, there we go. And I actually want to get rid of from, since I think that he does consistently from. So I want to do, wow. Oh gosh. Instead of the parentheses, I should have done the first open quotations. Let me do first quotation, and then do find. Where is it? Quotation. Ah, dang it. I don't know if I can actually, oh, yeah. Quotation. Will it let me do that? Yeah, it will let me do that. Okay. Drag that down. And then have this be -2 because I also want to get rid of that closed quotation. Undertale. Perfect. This one, well, this one, he actually did use a bracket because that night is the first parentheses and then use the bracket. So we can easily fix that as we go along. But we can quickly see that if you didn't know, in year 5, insaneintherainmusic was a big fan of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Give me a super chat if you are appreciative of this new, never before seen information. Wow. This was such an amazing discovery that we found here. Okay, so that's that. Let me actually go ahead and fix this. I actually dislike it when there's inconsistent formatting between the data, but we should still be able to fix this. The reason that it failed is because this second one is looking for the second parentheses, and since the night is before that that first quotation mark, obviously the math doesn't work out very well. So what we want to do it is we want to say this start number text can probably be helpful. We can just say, let's go ahead and skip, the first 22 characters. Nope, that didn't work out quite as well as I'd hoped. Oh my gosh, let's do 26. I don't know. Oh, I probably need to do 28. Gosh, this is annoying. Okay, let me do formula, data. Oh, let me do this. Formula, evaluate formula, find in B7. So it's going to say we found it. Okay, it's just not going to be right. Why did you do that? I'm just going to do changes to this. That's smart. Okay, good. And we could make an if statement, like if it's a value error. Let me show you how I can do this. So we want to do like this, but we could say if error, and then what is the value if error? And the value if error is, we know the parentheses doesn't work, so we're going to do the close bracket instead. Yep, that's fine. And then that way we can still have one formula. Oh, here, it actually breaks here. So what about our if error statement doesn't work consistently up there? Let me just paste that in there. Okay, let me actually test this out now. Evaluate formula. Okay. Okay. Why does it give me a value there? Huh. Okay, whatever. I really dislike how you see live that I wasn't quite able to get one formula that worked perfectly, even with my if error. But this is supposed to be a quick stream just to test OBS, so whatever. So the next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to do all of these artists here. There should be a way that I can easily split these out, but I can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I probably only need 5, so that's what I'm going to do. Let me not copy cells. Let me keep that uncopied. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what we can do is we can say we can split this text to columns using, where am I going? Insert. No. Now I'm forgetting how to use Excel, guys. It's in data, text to columns. So as long as we have the selected text to columns, what we could do is we could say delimited based off of a comma. And my one fear is that it's going to not cooperate because this is a formula instead of actual text. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, it didn't work. So what we need to do is we need to make this into the values. So copy this entire thing, Alt ESV for values. So now this is not a formula anymore. This is a formula. This is not a formula anymore. And we can do our text to columns. Let's just make sure that I have enough columns. I think I still do. Text to columns, delimited, comma, no tab. Good. Good deal. Good deal. Don't you love when a plan works? And I guess I guessed too much, so that's fine. Good deal. Now, what I actually want to do is artists total. Let me do artist 1, artist 2, artist 3, artist 4, and artist 5. Now, what I actually want to do is I'm just going to go ahead and bring all of these into its own spreadsheet. I'm going to put them all in one column because that's what I want to do. Okay, so then let's do that. Artist 3 goes at the bottom of that. And then artist 4 goes at the bottom of that. Oh, I hope I didn't delete any. Oops, let me do this the smart way. Good. And then artist 5 goes at the bottom of this. And then what I want to do is I actually want to get rid of the blanks. So I'm going to select all of them, Control-Shift-N to do multiple selections. It's going to select some of those other columns because this guy had them. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Control-G, go to, Alt-S, special, select blanks. So it only selects the blanks. And then I'm going to delete them and make the rows go up. So now what I can do is, it's going to have all these artists too and that stuff. That's not a big deal. What I want to do is I want to do a pivot table. And what I want to do is bring in this as here. Can I bring it in as a count as well? Just to be, come on, don't be like that. Give me the count. Give me the count. Give me the count. Why you gotta be like this? Why you gotta be like this? Okay, so then what we can see here, and let me just go ahead and then do a sort by artist descending, count of artist 1, doesn't matter. We can see that, let me just get rid of artist 2, 3, 4, and 5, because those are just garbage. That insaneintherain music's favorite artist is insaneintherain music. And then a second one is Ro Panuganti with 2 covers that they collaborated on in year 5. And then you can see his other favorites. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. And then here are all the honorable mentions. And you can see Subversive Asset somehow missed the list with more than everyone else. Look at that. Look at that. Thanks everyone for joining my live stream. Now I can just go through the chat and say, was the sound quality okay, guys? Was the video quality okay? Because again, I'm trying to test this with a new computer, and I didn't know if anything would mess up. Like in my headphones, which I'm using to monitor this, I'm hearing crackling noises, which I can't tell if it's a Focusrite thing, if it's an ASIO drivers thing, if it's an OBS thing, because it also crackles when I listen in Reaper. So I have everything going through Reaper, going through Vox and Go. So it could be a Reaper thing, but if you're not hearing this, then I will check on the archive. Let me go through the chat so I can just check out a few things in chat. Yeah, it looks like everyone just wanted to watch. Everyone, all three of you. Okay, so this was just a test, and I will end this chat now. Thanks, and bye.